Hi guys, Gladys Nairobi Bikes. Today we are very far. I don't know the name of this place. How do you call this place?
This is Mwemuto or part of Lower Kabete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to know why our customers never come back, and so now we have one of them here. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. My name's Jogona Kamau, or most guys know in the biking community, most guys know me as Coach P. Yeah, I'm basically just a random guy. Not really random, but just a regular guy. And actually what I do, I'm a fitness and a swimming instructor. That's my job. And this bike serves me very well for that kind of work. What else you want to know about me, Gladys?
So now where are we? Where are we here?
Oh, now where we are, this place is called La Paz on Lower Kabete, the Taduru Road. This is our meter point for the Lower Kabete Nyumba Kumi. It's a nice place, nice pizza, nice food. And of course, it's biker friendly. The parking is good. Yeah.
Now, coach, when you're riding as a group, do you meet here?
Normally we have 3 meeting points, but this is one of the points. So normally, no, what we usually do here, because every month we have pizza or a Uji meetup. So when it's pizza day, this is our meetup point.
For the bikers?
Yeah, for the bikers, and especially the terrific Tuesday. It's buy one, get one free.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, do you only meet as the Tekken riders or even other riders?
Oh, no, other riders, because this is a Nyumba Kumi. But our Nyumba Kumi, there are more and more Tekkeners coming in. Yeah.
How many are you? The people, the customers who own the Tekken?
So far, I've seen around 7.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
So now, coach, how long have you been riding this bike, or how long have you been riding generally?
I started biking in 2020. Yeah, 2020. So my first bike was Benelli 150. And I sold it off last year around April, having done 37,000 kilometers. Then, so last year around April, that's when I bought this Tekken. And so far, it's 20 months. And within those 20 months, I've done 20,000 kilometers.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
Basically, that's around 1,000 kilometers a month. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. And where is the farthest that you've gone with this bike?
The farthest I've done a loop around Mount Kenya. That means from here, Sagana, Nyeri, Nanyuki, Meru, Embu, back to Sagana within one day. That was a distance of around 450 kilometers, because I spent the night in Sagana. Then from Sagana back to this place, that's another extra 100. So basically, that was a loop of 550 kilometers. I didn't disappoint at all.
Now, do you think you made a mistake now that you already have the bike and we have more bikes that are in stock, especially Vogue? Have you seen the Vogue?
Oh, I've seen the Vogue.
Do you feel as if you made a mistake?
Not a mistake, because when I bought the Tekken, the Vogues are not yet in the market. But now, because they're in the market, I might consider making a shift. So because I just want to have one more year with this, then I might decide to get the Vogue.
Now, how is the handling of this bike generally?
This is a very basic bike, and the handling is good. But the torque, it has good torque. But to be able to have a good handling of this bike, you must have some good experience. Well, I've had some Tekkeners having mishaps. Unfortunately, I might say they must be newbies with little skills. But for me, when I got the Tekken, I already had some good skills from the Benelli. Not only that, I've already done advanced and defense riding. So that made or makes it easier for me to handle this bike. The braking is good because I've been in some situations where I had to do emergency braking. I mean, with most of these cages, sudden stopping or sudden turn, I don't know where these guys get this idea. I think that you first turn and then you indicate. Who does that? So that puts us in some compromising situation. But with good skills, you're able to brake, and it works very well. What else? It's also a good bike, especially it's a jam beater. Before I started biking, uh, it was really crazy getting through the traffic of Nairobi. And one day I just decided, no, I gotta go through this. I gotta get a bike and be able to filter through the traffic. And this is a good bike. Also, in such situation like you need to escape, make a fast escape. Tekken, you can actually do, even within a small space, you can be able to make a quick turn and wrap off. Yeah. So what else?
How about the performance?
Performance is good.
Mm.
Performance is really good. Okay, one, about speed, forget about the speed. Because actually, if I wanted speed, I would have bought a sports bike. But I wanted more of a commuter bike for my daily errands and commuting, and also for adventure, because I really love adventure. Like most of my adventures, I like doing long rides, and these long rides must include a camping or overnight thing. So usually, there's some good space here where I can park my tent, and then the panniers, I can put in the sleeping bags, the top box, I can put my food and my drink. All right. So it's a good bike. So anything else? What else about this bike? It's good. It's good on the road. Okay. See, I said I'm not a speed guy, but I'm able to max up to 125, which I think relatively is a good speed, because I just want to cruise and enjoy the scenery, not about speeding. So I'm able to do that comfortably, and the sitting position upright. The distance to the handlebar is good. Then the space is wide enough, so good cushioning for your butt. All right. So it's good. And like that time I did the Mount Kenya loop, 450 kilometers. By the time I got back to Sagana, where we spent the night, I was okay. I was good to go. I just needed to relax, enjoy the evening by the riverside. It was good.
Now, how does it handle on off-road and also on highway?
Good question. On the road, it's good. The tires are good. I've had some guys talking about nylon tires, braking problems, but with this one, I don't know. But because when it comes to braking, instance braking, it's good. And I've also ridden during the rainy season when it's actually raining. And at least one time, I found myself doing 70, between 60 and 70, and it was raining. I was kind of scared that I might grip the brakes and slide, but that never happened. The braking was okay when I needed to do that. Then, when it comes to off-road, it's like this thing just gets an underlying boost. It just gets crazy. The power is different. It just hits differently. Cause and then mpaka you have mpaka unaibembeleza. Cause it just gets wild. Yeah, but I think the first day when I bought it, I actually dropped it because there's a kahil I normally use. I used to use with the Benelli. Ili jaribu kupanda nayo, iliruka. I was like, damn, this thing is powerful. The torque is good. So on off-road, it does well. The only problem, matope. Matope hapana. So maybe for the tires are not designed, either they never designed them for matope. But rough terrain, rough road, off road, perfectly well.
Okay, how about the acceleration and also now the braking? You're on speed, now you want to brake.
Uh, Depends. If you're a skilled rider, as long as you follow the basics, which are A, B, C, that is means accelerator release, then brake, then clutch. It is gonna work perfectly well. I've seen some guys even are doing braking, then accelerator, and that's a recipe for disaster. So with this one, so long as you know how to handle a bike, this has worked well for me. I mean, like 20, I'm going 21,000 kilometers, 21,000 kilometers accident free with a crazy maneuvering within this Nairobi. So I think it's pretty good.
And how comfortable is the seat, especially on a long distance?
It does well. It's good. I mean, it's wide, so gives your rear a nice comfort. I mean, a good cushioning area. So we're good to go.
How about the seating position?
Upright works very well.
Okay, now, coach, how many countries have you visited with a bike?
Uh, I've noted the farthest I've gone is Manamanga Beyond, but that time I had the Benelli. But I'm planning a ride to Tanzania, and targeting Arusha and Moshi. And this is gonna be a solo ride, unless somebody wants to accompany me. Yeah, so I think I'm planning maybe on one of these long weekends, I have to do that because I believe and I know this Tekken bike will do that work. After going around, because I think, let me tell you some places I've been to with this bike. Apart from the loop around Mount Kenya, I've also done Moranga, then Nyoka Nyoka, 5 times, 3 times solo, 2 times as a group ride. And they had to test even the leaning of the bike. It does well because Nyoka Nyoka is a nice place for guys who want to learn how to control the bike as well as lean, braking. It's a combination of challenges and works very well. I've also done mm, Naivasha overnight. I've also done what do you call Isinya. I've done Moranga direct. I've also done Nyeri. The other month I did Nanyuki a day ride and back, and it was raining into Litoboa. Uh, so it's a good bike, and you know what? This is the kind of a bike that each time you're free, you just feel like jumping on it and doing a random ride because it's very, very well manageable.
And on those long distances, have you experienced the fatigue and the discomfort?
Never, never.
Okay, and how useful are some of the features with this bike, like the inverted shocks, the handguards, the bike is oil cooled, the bike has the charging port, it has the crash guards, it has the engine guard. How important are they to you?
Very, very, very important because I can say these shields, they prevent your fingers from getting numb, especially on a cold morning or those cold long rides. For off-road, the engine guard, they do their work very well because I've been in situations where the engine was almost touching the ground, but that saved the situation. Also, I've dropped the bike a couple of times, and what do you call these things again?
The crash guards.
Yeah, the crash bars. They did their work very well. Yeah, and then the shocks, of course, they absorb them. The inverted ones, of course, they do their work. They absorb the shock, which is good. So basically, as it is, it serves or does its purpose very well.
And have you put a tracker on your bike?
Not yet.
Okay, what is your favorite aspect or the features of this machine?
Nothing specific, but everything. I think it's generally a combination. Everything about it is a good combination. So the other thing I can say about this bike, about fuel. Can I talk about fuel?
We'll get there.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So it is a good bike, and then of course, let's say the security, the alarm, and of course the handlebar lock. So I'm always good to go that it is secure.
And are you planning to modify this bike?
I have no plans whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the features do well. So I think the only thing I've added are the auxiliary lights. Yeah, cause that one makes me more visible to the cages. But otherwise, the 2023 lights are good.
Okay. Are there features you wish that this bike had from the manufacturers?
Let me see. Hmm. Let me see. Actually, I've never thought about it, but now let me have a quick think about that. Mm, no, I don't think so. Or maybe the dashboard.
The windshield.
Yeah, the windshield. Yeah, very good. The windshield. Yeah, the windshield and probably this screen here, this dashboard. Only they can make it more colorful.
Okay. Now tell us your experience when it comes to maintenance and servicing of this bike. I have not seen you in our showroom anymore. Where did you go? Where do you take your bike for service?
I have my local plug or my local make, yeah. And then because initially it was only oil change, but let me say, yeah, I have a good neck. But I think I would come to one of these days. I should come to your showroom for service and compare. But basically, when it comes to maintenance on this bike, it's awesome. For the 20,000 kilometers I've done, the only things I have replaced are the oil filter, no, not oil filter, but air filter, the plug, or air filter just once, the plug only once, and the other day I hit a pothole, so it messed up the front wheel bearings.
Okay.
So far that's the much I've done.
And have you encountered any mechanical issues?
Never,
Never.
never.
Okay. Has it been difficult for you to get the spare parts or even the accessories from
No,
us?
good thing is apart from your shop, they also Tekken us guys in the Tekken group who are dealers.
Okay.
So I think we source from them.
So that's why you don't come to our shop.
Actually, yes.
Tell us about the fuel consumption and the speed of this Tekken.
The speed.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the speed because there's some Tekken riders. One says he's clocked 135. So at first I was very skeptical, but the other day, as I said, I'm not a speed guy, but there's a day last week I was in a rush, and I decided let me see how much I can max this bike, and it comfortably hit 125, and I was like, oh, comfortably on 25, that means I can push it more. So I think the speed is okay. 125 is relatively good. It can figure 135, even the better, but I don't plan for that. So about fuel consumption, I think this bike haki inanyonya vizuri tu, pole pole tu, because usually I do a full tank each time. A full tank takes me around 2400, and roughly because of my rides, daily rides, which are very regular or regulated, so 2400 takes me about 11 to 13 days, which I think is okay. It's very okay. And but basically, one thing I know is that because my commute is around here, because of my clients, I have clients all over, let's say Lavington, Westlands, Parklands, Karen. So with these Nairobi jumps, the bikes consumes more. I've noticed that when I do the long rides and the short rides, consumption is almost the same. Funny though. Seems like when the bike is constantly on high speed, the consumption is low. But either way, Tekken bike fuel consumption is so manageable.
Okay, and how expensive is the insurance?
You know, expensive is relative. And then, of course, you know, we have the two. We have the third party and comprehensive. So I do comprehensive, which is relatively around 10,000 for the year and 12,000, which includes, I think, terrorism and what something else there. So basically, I do the 10,000, and I think it's not an issue of whether it's expensive or not, but you just want to be safe. So for any biker who is discerning, just avoid third party. Just go for the comprehensive, just in case shit happens. Your bike and whoever you knock down or whoever knocks you down, both of you are safe. Yeah.
Okay,
After all, you should care more about your bike rather than the other person.
and now what category of customers would you recommend this bike?
Uh, for this bike, I would recommend anyone. If you are daily commuter, it's gonna work very well. If you are a weekend guy who wants to do those random rides or adventure rides, it's still the bike.
Beginners,
For
experienced customers?
beginners, yeah, for beginners, it's still a very good bike.
Would you say that it is more powerful, very powerful for the beginners?
I think it's kind of powerful.
Okay,
For the first timers, it's a powerful bike. So I would recommend first start with a 150, definitely. Then an upgrade, this is a good upgrade. Yeah, actually, let me correct myself. Not for beginners, but for an upgrade. This is a very good bike, you can never regret. And then also, there's also another group of bikers who are downgrading. Not everybody is always going up. They always have guys who are moving from 600 or maybe 1,000 and they want to come down to a simple bike. This is a perfect bike.
now coach, would you mind sharing a memorable or beautiful experience with the Tekken since you purchased it?
I have many.
Maybe you can tell us the best.
I have the best. Let me see. The best was the Mount Kenya loop. There was a part that I'll never forget. It was one hell of a long ride because I had bigger bikes. Actually, this was the second smallest CC bike. I had 500, 600, and even 1,000 CC, and it did well. But there's a place between Nanyuki and the Isiolo Junction. Those guys who've done that route know the crosswinds. The crosswinds there are just crazy, crazy, crazy. Yani, you can't ride a bike straight. Yani, you have to lean. Yani, like for like 50 kilometers, you are riding while leaning on one side to against the wind because if you upright, chini. That was the most scary part. So there's also another part I am na crosswinds. And just after viewpoint towards Naivasha, kuna place ya kukamlima, unapanda kamlima lakini crossing pia na kuchapa, I think from Longonot Hills. So those are the two experiences memorable. I want to create more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you can tell us the different methods of payment when it comes to purchasing a bike with Nairobi Power Bikes.
Oh yeah. Just before I bought this, I had been introduced to some guys who do financing. But I did not go that way because I already had the cash, and I think I did a one-off payment and got the bike. But I think it's for guys who cannot be able to buy it cash mara moja. There's a, what do you call it again?
Lipa pole pole.
Yeah, I think lipa pole pole. It's a good option.
Yeah, it's a
And
very
I
good
think
option.
most seconders have gone through that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's working. So guys, kama una do, you want a Tekken, Talk to Gladys. Bike utapata.
Yeah, and the good thing is that it has no limit when it
Yeah.
comes to the duration or even the amount. Ya kuanzia.
Yeah.
It has no
So
limit
down
on the
payment,
deposit.
down payment, I think you can even do like
Even 10.
50K, 10K.
No,
Wow.
even 10,000.
10K.
Yeah.
Now, Meskia, guys, go for it.
Now,
Yeah.
maybe you can tell us your greatest fear when it comes to riding, or for the time that you've been riding. What has been your greatest fear?
My greatest fear would be if I was to come to a point where I'm not able to ride anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that would be my greatest fear.
A biker will always be a biker.
I think it's so addictive. And even like you do 3 days without mounting on your bikes, like you feel like, something is missing out. Yeah, na saa zingine tu just going unahakisha tu and just wrap kidogo, at least umeguza hiyo bike kidogo.
Like you don't fear going on a highway, getting an accident? Oh.
No. You
Really?
see, to be honest, that's an innate fear, but under control. And to be able to handle this, that's why I would insist on most of you guys, especially Tekkeners, because there are so many newbies in the Tekken biking group. Please get your lessons in order. Not only the regular lessons from your driving school, but go for those advanced and defensive riding lessons. That will help you. Because I have no problem doing on the highway. And napita katikati ya trailers nini. Because with those lessons, you have an upper hand.
Oh, beautiful. Now, what would you tell a person there who really loves the bikes, but they're still in fear of riding that bike, especially on highway?
You know what? Fear is always there. It's a natural defense mechanism. But at the same time, fear is what is going to hold you back. So the only way to deal with this fear is get on your bike every single day or every time you can and just get to the highway. Kazana now. That's how you get your experience. Otherwise, fear will hold you back. Yeah, that's the truth.
Wow, thank you so much, Coach, for your time.
Yeah.
Until next time, Gladys was your host. Kindly subscribe, share, and also comment. Yeah, so umesema hapa tuko wapi?
Oh yeah, so even Lower Kabete anytime, just pop into La Paz. It's a nice joint.
Do you have specific months that you guys meet as the riders?
Yes, because now I'm speaking on behalf of Lower Kabete Nyumba Kumi. Usually, I'm the guy who's in charge of the group's welfare, and once a month we have a meetup. Usually, it could be a pizza meetup or a uji meetup or anything else. So we have several places. We have this La Paz. We also have Huhus, and we also have a place called Kwetu on the other side. So it's also important that you belong to a Nyumba Kumi, because that's where you get a lot of help, a lot of information, and so much about the biking world. So karibu sana guys.